the string! Pull the string!
What's up, guys? We are at the end of STAUNCH O WEEN, and this was quite a fun time this year. I had a good time last year. I'll put the entire playlist down in the description. Now, just to end things off a little, I wanted to touch on some comic book movies. Now, I don't really touch on too many comic book films here on the channel, as, well, they are, you know, one of the most popular genres of films in all of film history. So there's plenty of other channels to touch on them. But so I thought I'd touch on some bad comic book movies. Okay, so getting started, maybe this one's a little I don't know, maybe this one's a little harsh to put in a list like this, but I do think that Faust, Love of the Damned, is what the movie was called. I think the flick just was a little weird, a little low rent. It just wasn't really done that well. Now, let me see. The film, from what I remember, it was directed by Brian Yuzna, whatever. You know, the guy that basically got us familiar with Reanimator and whatnot. The guy's films are they're pretty well known in the horror circle, I guess I would say. But you know, a lot of them have gone unseen or underappreciated. Like I think he did Dagon, if I'm not mistaken. He did a lot of like H.P. Lovecraft stuff, and a lot of it's hit or miss, but he is a name that I see pop up, and I always make sure to check out what it is. If I'm not mistaken, the dude, I want to say he like wrote or produced the first Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or something like that. Weird, I don't know. The comic was from a guy named Tim Vigil and David Quinn, and they had been trying to make this film for quite some time now, from what it looks like. And whenever it got picked up, it basically went through the ringer for the time. This was like the year 2000, I think. So it was just like another one of those films that was just basically made to sell the soundtrack, or at least that's what it seems like. The soundtrack here is crazy, man. There's tracks from Fear Factory, Cold Chamber, Brujeria, Sepultura, Typo Negative, Machine Head, Visions of Disorder, Cradle of Filth, El Nino, Spine Shake, Glassjaw, Nail Bomb. Oh shit, there's a Nail Bomb track on, and a Deicide and there's a Carnivore track on here apparently too. I did not know that. Carnivore being Peter Steele's band, you know, prior to Typo Negative. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so the film, it was a bit low rent and whatnot, although the comic I didn't really think was all that good either. I don't know. I guess you can say I'm not much of a fan. Let's check out the trailer to Faust, Love of the Damned. Oh, wow. I remember seeing this logo. I used to have this flick on a loaded DVD. Yeah, and it looks like the film did win some awards for its effects.
Despite of all our science and technology,
from what I remember, it was a pretty heavy effects film.
Deep inside that evil existed. The darkness that possesses us when we.
Yeah, this has that classic look. I want to say this was produced by
When
Lionsgate.
chaos rules, all hope is
Before
lost.
Lionsgate was Lionsgate.
All I ask in return is.
Okay, we got Andrew Divoff in here. That's right, the Wishmaster
Now,
himself.
the power is in his hands.
It's a pretty basic story. This is like, I guess it's the Faust story that's been redone multiple times. So I was gonna say this is kind of like The Crow, but I guess The Crow's kind of like Faust, whatever.
And
So we got this
revenge.
superhero Faust with
Don't
these
like
pointy
my arms
things
in the
coming out of his
blood.
hands.
The man who created him has lost the power to
I
control
like the way
his
this
own
dude looks
creation.
in costume though.
Sometimes
It's a
you
cool,
have to become evil
cool look.
to fight evil.
What are you? You look at me like
Yeah, he's an imposing looking dude. He's a tall guy that got to play this whole Faust. But damn, I remember watching this flick and it is just so hard to sit through. There's so much stuff like this right here where you're just like, they're taking this straight out of other movies like Spawn and The Crow and Spawn.
Welcome to my
Oh man.
I made him. I can unmake him.
Time to get up.
From director Brian Yuzna, based on the
director Brian
international
Yuzna.
graphic novel sensation. Prepare yourself.
The graphic novel sensation. Is that true? Is there any fans out there of this comic? How spot on was it? From what I read, there wasn't too many things that were different.
For Faust.
Faust.
What do you think, brother?
Too much blood.
Or not enough?
I guess you can argue that this one was
Love of the
this was like
Damned,
a darker
featuring the
toned
music of
superhero
Junkie
flick
XL, Machine
before they were
Gun,
really
Sepultura,
popular, I
Cold
guess.
Chamber, and Fear
Although
Factory.
it's a total play off the Crow and fucking Fantastic Factory. It's a total play off the Crow and Spawn. Although, you know, I'm just not that familiar with the comic book. But damn, I do remember watching the movie, and I remember buying the CD and enjoying the CD more than the film itself. I think Jeffrey Combs pops up in this. I want to say he's like a cop or something. Jeffrey Combs, Brian Yuzna, they go together like peas and carrots. So yeah, that one is definitely a rough watch. Maybe I'll track it down and do a proper review. Just for tonight, though, I just wanted to let everyone know that, yeah, these movies exist. Another one, let's see. Okay, now, I think all of us growing up had a sort of a weird vibe going on when you're in the comic shops, you know, and you'd see this bitch over here, or this rather over here. This is a Vampirella up here, spread eagle, you know, giving you some funny feelings as a youngster. And for whatever reason, like Vampirella, I always put her up there with Elvira, Vampira, as just like eye candy goth girls or whatever. Had a real problem, real effect on my psyche there. Let's see, Vampirella, this movie came out in 1996 and was a Roger Corman produced film. For what, that's not saying much, I guess. It was actually directed by the legendary Jim Wynorski. This is the dude that did like 976 Evil 2. I want to say he did Chopping Mall. Man, this guy's film, he just did so many classics. Jim Wynorski, everyone knows the dude. Let's see here. Let me give you some more of his examples. Let's see. Yeah, Chopping Mall. I was right. He did Chopping Mall. He was a creative consultant on Purple People Eater. Holy shit. That movie is horrible. Oh, my God. Okay, yeah, so the dude's been around. The dude's done all kinds of shit. There's so many. Damn, this dude has done so many awesome films. Jim Wynorski, yeah, but so basically whenever he jumped on Vampirella, he did not have a good time. Let's see. Where is this at? Jim Wynorski, later, I'm reading right off Wikipedia here. This is what Jim Wynorski had to say about the film. He said, "It's a film I cannot watch. Everything went wrong. Everything." His main concern was the casting of Talisa Soto, Wynorski said. "She's very pretty and she's very sexy, but she's not Vampirella. They forced me to use her. She just didn't have the body for the costume. I should have had Julie Strain, but they didn't think Julie Strain meant anything, so they put somebody wrong in the role." Wynorski later said he should have stopped and said, "Let's just not do this. But I was going to lose the rights in 6 months, so I did what I had to do. At least I got the film made, but I should have said no. It would have been so simple to cast the latest Baywatch bimbo in this part," said Jerry Yanni. Okay. So now she's a vampire Wonder Woman from outer space with a Puerto Rican accent. What more can you ask for? The director thought Roger Daltrey was great, and the actors were just fine. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right. Roger Daltrey himself is in this piece of shit. Now, this is just an awful movie. I had it on tape, and I think I watched it once before I sold it. Some dude bought it for like $40. I wish I would have kept it. Such a horrible movie. Let's check out the trailer to this one. New Horizons. Roger Corman area, baby.
Centuries ago, on the ancient planet Draculon.
Ancient planet Dracula.
Murder.
Look at this. Leftover film sets for Masters of the Universe. Cyborg 2.
And an intergalactic chase.
I mean, shit, honestly, some of these effects are pretty cool for the time.
Vampirella.
Oh my god. This chick is not kicking ass.
I need something to drink. When you find this guy,
Yeah, Vampirella. Look at Vampirella over here. And look at her. This is ridiculous. Cosplay Vampirella.
At least that'll keep you in human form for a while.
And like, how the hell did they get Roger Daltrey? Roger Daltrey, the dude from The Who. How the fuck did they get him to be in this piece of I mean, there's some cool looking stunts here, though.
The human race has dominated this planet.
Now, this movie may look like some great cheese, some great, you know, tongue-in-cheek nonsense. It is not. They think everyone in here was serious, man. They were trying.
It's time for a change.
We're running out of time. We may have a global nightmare on our hands unless we can locate and neutralize Vlad's nerve center.
These fight scenes. Oh my.
We'll begin in less than
Yeah, man.
24 hours.
This chick was definitely miscast, man.
Sorry to disappoint you, Raven.
Once you
Has anybody out there seen this
flick?
flick?
Even now, I can hear the blood pumping through your veins.
It won't be long now.
God, I'm gonna have to rewatch this and review it. Oh. This costume. Roger Daltrey with that bat head. Holy shit. It looks like they just went for like classic Hammer Dracula. Yeah, it looks like they went for the classic Hammer look for Roger Daltrey.
Vampirella.
Wow. Yeah. That was both better and worse than I remember it looking.
You won't ask me what I came here for.
Better than the shitty vampire band from Queen of the Damned, man. At least this guy isn't Jonathan Davis. Yeah, better than anything the Who ever put out. Oh my god. So yeah, that movie was a legit piece of shit. Although I do have to say it is quite a fun time if you're having some brews, hanging with some friends. But it is a chore to get through nonetheless. I'd say check it out if you're into, you know, self-harm. The next one we got is El Muerto, or from what I remember, the DVD, the movie when it came out was called The Dead One. I was working in a video store when this came out, and it was like Wilmer Valderrama in this superhero movie, and it's just like another fucking takeoff of The Crow. Like, there's so many just like, okay, we're The Crow, we're not The Crow. The Crow's popular, just do a fucking Crow. You know, for what it's worth, I do like The Crow. I met James O'Barr, he's a cool guy. I enjoyed the film more than I did the comics, I gotta say. Get over it. If there's still this shit, El Muerto, I don't know. I'm sure the guy meant no harm. I think it's based off of actual Aztec like rituals and stories and stuff, so whatever. Maybe The Crow borrowed something from the whole Aztec thing. It seems kind of obvious. I don't know. Facts are facts. Look at this shit. It's a guy with white. He looks like a Juggalo reject. He looks like an ex-wrestler that, you know, did one dark match against fucking Seven or something. This guy, I'm just not buying it. I'm just not buying the white face paint with the black thing, and then you're like, oh, there's nothing to do with The Crow. Let's check out this trailer. Wilmer Valderrama kicking ass. And I don't mean to hate on all these films. They are truly chores to get through at the very least. Anything positive, I'd have to say, I'd have to rewatch them again and search for them. And this one's actually oddly hard to find. I think it's up on YouTube for free, but the quality is ass. Joel David Moore. What the hell ever happened to that guy? Anyone else remember Joel David Moore? It's like the dude was in like Grandma's Boy, and then he was in a bunch of movies for a while there. He was like, you couldn't avoid the dude after a while. I remember he did his own little psychological thriller. He directed and wrote it along with, was it Adam Gordon Green or Adam Green or whatever, one of those dudes, and it was called Spiral. Pretty cool flick where he plays a guy that's like losing his mind, and it's like a mind fuck the whole time. Pretty cool movie. And then like he was in the biggest movie of all time. He was in Avatar. And then it's like, where are you, Joel? You're just gone, dude. Tony Plata. Of course he's in this. An ancient curse. A perfect love.
My heart next to your heart. Para siempre.
Para siempre.
Fucking Fez. A tragic Fez. Oh, yeah, tragedy. You got something. Oh, Michael Parks is in this. They done dragged Michael Parks into this shit. So yeah, you know, anything bad happens in one of these movies, what do? Well, you put on some dark clothes, you put on some face makeup, and you kick some ass.
He was my boyfriend, but he died in a car accident.
A woman, save his soul.
What is going on? Zach is me. Oh man, we just had a memorial.
Look, Joel David Moore is the best friend. Joel David Moore is the. Oh no way, man! You're the Crow now.
Everyone thinks you're dead.
Everybody thinks you're the Crow. Between the forces of evil.
I saw Diego.
Look at me, I'm talking to you.
Jesus. And the power of good. God, this movie looks like it was shot for $100.
I see you bring that man back.
One man has
The
both.
good men have traitors in their hearts.
This is the most wordy, dialogue-heavy trailer I've seen in a while. Yeah, so right off the bat, I mean, they're trying to make this seem sort of grand on some sort of scale, but this seems like a backyard movie.
Okay, you can have it.
We need Pumpkinhead in here with his strobe light. A legend is born. The Crow, an American legend is born. El Muerto. Alright, well, yeah. I do remember watching that flick, and it was horrible. I remember there was a pretty informative commentary track from what I remember, and the dudes all worked hard. They're all very excited to do this. Everyone involved really did bring it. I'm just kind of hating on shout out to everyone involved in that flick. It can't be easy to write a comic, get a film made about it, and all that. It's just, if I'm being honest, it was a pretty tough watch. Pretty tough watch indeed. I think the DVD also came with like a comic book too. I had it for the longest time. It looked just like this artwork and everything. Anyways, guys, just touching on a few bad comic book movies. Now, do you guys have any recommendations for bad comic book movies, bad superhero movies? Let me know. Next month, in November, we got a lot of stuff coming. I'm finally going to be doing my Blank Man review. I'm doing my Hackers video. We're talking to Phantom Freak, the actor from the movie, Renly Santiago, all about hackers. That's going to be a lot of fun. We got my second half of the interview featuring Marcos Leal, who was the singer to El Nino. Now, he was a local guy from around the area who wound up being the lead vocalist for El Nino. So, you know, El Nino was on the Faust soundtrack, for Love of the Dam. So, hey, check it out. It all comes full circle here on Staunch TV. Let me know what you think about these bad comic book movies. Let me know if I missed the mark on any of them. And let me know what other ones I should cover next. Thanks for joining me, this Staunch O Ween. It's been fun.
Pull the string! Pull the string!